track. grass up here. It's gonna make a good camp spot. I think we found camp for the night. You see in the angle when we pulled up here, and I'll have it again, of course, on other footage. But what a view. It's windy, but not overly windy, like it's not just gusting, and it's plenty warm. And the view is spectacular. And nobody else has been up here. You've seen the snow that we had to come through. So nobody else has been up here this year. Maybe snowmobilers, but there was no tracks in that snow, so we're the first. Yep, perfect time to set up and eat. Too bad it was so muddy and dirty though. That's the bad thing about coming out this time of year, is you got to deal with a little bit of mud and dirt. But beyond that, it's awesome. Okay, this is camp for tonight. I know, it don't look like much, just a little camp spot in the trees. But it's not the camp spot that you're seeing right now that's spectacular. It's when we get this popped up and it faces out this direction, our door, and then we have this. Now that is a camp spot with a view. We are in between Cleellum and Ellensburg. It's called Elk Heights. And if we could see it, which we can't, Mount Rainier is over these hills. But we're still behind it, or it's behind there, whatever. But what a nice view and wonderful camp spot. I'm not gonna lie, I was heading home from Montana, and then I said, you know what, the weather's nice, it's early in the day, let's see if we can make it up here, because to be honest with you, I've wanted to camp up here for a long time. I came up here in my truck once. It wasn't the smartest thing to do, but I did it. And I said, one of these days I'm gonna come up here and camp. Well, guess what? Today is one of those days. I didn't know I was gonna be in the general with this setup, but here I am. Okay, well, it's wet and dirty as can be, which kind of makes it a bummer a little bit for doing anything, but everything inside the trailer is clean, and of course the tent is going to be clean, not having to put it on the ground or nothing, so that's going to be good. And with the sun beating down on us like that, we should be dried out before too long. All the mud will turn into dust, and at least it won't be so nasty because I don't have a water source up here for a shower. But there she is. That's a little bit of Washington mud, a lot of Montana mud, and a whole bunch of adventure. Now if I can just get a group of people together, I'm sure some of you watching would be more than willing to get together and let's go do an adventure. Let's figure out some place, meet up, and let's go out and have some fun. Leave some comments below if you have some areas that you think would just be great to explore, and I'm more than willing to travel to go check things out. This is what I do, and in order for me to bring content, I need to get out and see places that I haven't seen before and film it and show people what they're missing. And any input from people that are familiar with areas is more than welcome. All right, well, time for me to get set up. Just finished up some dinner. Some vegetable fajita mix, a little bit of steak tip, and stuck it all on a Mission flour tortilla. Made ourselves some fajita tacos, if you will. And now I'm gonna grab out the chainsaw and, ooh, there's a deer. Yogi, come here, sit. Look, a deer. Cool. Stay. Sit. Stay. Good boy. How cool is that? Advantages of being upwind. Stay. Pretty cool. Deer come walking through camp. Didn't even know we were here. Good boy. Doing two things. I'm making firewood for myself, but I'm also cutting this up so other people can grab it and burn it up. Don't need much. I don't plan on having a fire all night. And I have to grab the snow in order to put this fire out. That means I have to walk over there. Yes, I could probably use the steps, but still. My son got me this little chainsaw. We didn't know how great these things were going to be, but after he got one, we used it for a little bit. They're really handy. They're convenient. They last quite a long time for just a single battery. I'm going to hook up a battery charger and run the lights for like inside, like little I don't know, interior lights, if you will, so I can see inside the trailer. I'm just going to run off of these batteries, so I'll charge these batteries up on a inverter in the general as I'm driving, and then I'll have the batteries for when I need it for the saw, or when I need it to just plug into the little adapter to run lights inside the trailer. I figured it didn't make any sense to put a whole bunch of electrical and batteries and all that other stuff in there. It's just going to be for literally lights at nighttime, so you can see inside one of the tubs or something. So it won't be, you know, these batteries last a long time for a little LED light. So that's what I opted to do. And I'll have a video showing the buildup of all that stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit spoiled tonight. I've got this as a view. That is my camp setup. Got myself a little fire going. I'm behind this tree, so the sun's not blaring in my face. Not that I mind the heat. It's behind the clouds anyways. But yes, tonight is one of those nights that you just sit back and enjoy and try to cherish and reminisce, remembering all the friends and family that are no longer with us. My stepdad. This is what me and him used to do. Yeah, this is a great night. Got ourselves some White Russian. They're not too bad. I think they're a little... Come on, you don't get any of that, fool. You're not a White Russian. You're not even a Russian. You're only part white. You're like brown and white. But you're not a Russian. You're Australian. Silly dog. Yep, it's gonna be a good night, and the wind's died down a little bit, so that's gonna be nice. If it stays that way, I can go for this right here, no problem. I'm wearing a t-shirt. Lost my hat. That's all right, I didn't lose it. It's just laying around somewhere. It is March 19th, I believe, 2024. It is a good day. Somebody else is enjoying the view as well. What a perfect night. The sun's going down. We're not going to get a sunrise, that's for sure, because, well, we're on the wrong side of the hill. But that's okay. You got to take what you can get. And tonight, we get this. I'm sure there's been people on snowmobiles up here having this view, and other people as well, during the spring, summer, fall even. I'm definitely not the first person to come up here and enjoy this.
And the sun's trying to rise. Well, it's not trying, it is rising. Warming up some water so we can have some hot cocoa, because it's a little chilly out. And I don't drink coffee anymore, so hot chocolate it is. Right? Right. It was definitely a windy one last night. Woke me up at about midnight. I didn't get back to sleep until after 2. And I wouldn't even call that back to sleep, because it was definitely not good sound sleep. Things were just blowing all over the place. As you can see, the trees. Yeah, the wind blows up here. But you're on a ridge, so what do you expect? The sun is peeking out over here, and it's welcomed because it's a little chilly. Not unbearable, but still more on the chilly side. We got camp wrapped all up. Everything's put away. Now we're gonna hit the trail. Don't plan on going very far. But then again, every time I say that, I end up somewhere new. So time will tell whether or not we stay on the trail for very long, or if we just call it a day. Besides, I got to get back and do some video editing and get some more footage put out onto the YouTube. back to the truck, all loaded up. Now to get this thing turned around and headed down the highway.
Now there's a setup, huh? Even the east side headed over to the west side because the weather drastically changes. Everything pushes up against these mountains here, so we end up with the green side of the hills, and the west side ends up, or excuse me, the east side ends up with the more drier climate. So you get all the way over to Spokane area again. Bring on the rain. The only nice thing about that is maybe some of the mud on my machine will be gone before I get home. That'll be less washing for me. We found the rain.
We're at home in the driveway. I got all the stuff pulled out from the interior that I don't want to get wet or any muddier than it already is. I'm gonna pull the plugs on all the floors, and I'm gonna give her a good rinse. Pull anything out that I don't want to get wet. And this isn't important, but we'll pull it out anyways. All this needs to be rinsed. All right, well, time for a good old rinse down. That's the before. Definitely filthy. Heck, even the truck got dirty. I don't know how that all got muddy, but it was probably from when we were up turning around. Who knows? Who cares? All right, time to give her a rinse.